Hey, Kiana, how are you?
Good.
Good, good. Thank you. How's everything going?
Going good. Trying to stay safe, staying home. How about you?
Good, thanks. I love your jewelries.
Ew, this is from the island where the project I'm supporting is. This is where Last is.
Oh, cool. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, everybody. I'm hoping that I believe there will be more and more people coming in the room. So let's get started. So this is Charlene from Nannocare. We develop NannoPad, which is the most innovative organic feminine pad. We have been working with Papayanme, and so Papayanme founded by Kiana here today with us. We're gonna talk about how she gets started with Papayanme, and then how she gets started with saving sea turtles, and the gap between sustainability and menstruation and menstrual products, right? Okay, so let's get started with like a small intro about yourself, and then we're going to talk about the last LAST, the nonprofit, and let's start from there.
Okay, perfect. Well, hi, I'm Kiana. I'm the founder of Papaya. We are a company that pretty much takes all of the best feminine care products and delivers to your door. So there's no more hunting for different things. Everything's going to be in one shop. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then tell us what is LAST, and then what do they do, and how did you get involved?
Yeah, LAST stands for Latin America Sea Turtles. They are a nonprofit NGO in Costa Rica, and they focus on research of sea turtles and their conservation as well. I found them back in 2015. I was fresh out of high school and troubled and needing to get away. And found LAST, and my dear sweet mother, she paid for it, and I sent me off to Costa Rica for a month and pretty much had the best time of my life. It's like hands-on experience, amazing things. It's not only just like conservation and kind of stuff. There's like a huge poaching problem in Costa Rica because locals really depend on the shells and the meat and the eggs to provide for their families, since it's such a hot commodity item. And so last only doing research and protecting these eggs and turtles, but they're also educating the locals on different ways to make an income, including these necklaces that the locals make, and they make it out of like bones or wood or shells and whatever. And so now they have a new source of income, which is really cool.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Actually, I just went to Costa Rica as well in January before lockdown, and it's beautiful. I was totally amazed. I totally love Costa Rica, so I'm like, oh my God, you spent a month there. Like I almost want to move there. It's so beautiful. But yes, underneath the beautiful, underneath the beauty, we also know that there are lots of problems with the ocean, plastics and all the waste that has been caused by the human behaviors. So it's really important that when we are actually in somewhere that beautiful, we want to make sure we keep that, like we maintain it, and we can keep going back to see the same beauty every single time. So why is it important to use biodegradable materials for menstrual products specifically?
Yeah, well, what people don't really think about is that menstrual products are the 5th most common pollutant in the ocean. So 45 billion pads and tampons and applicators are thrown into our landfill every single year across the globe. And then there's millions of those that people still flush down the toilet, either because they want to be like secretive or educated on the topic. So, plastic in our oceans is never a good thing. All these different animals, they're susceptible to eating it. It's just destroying our beaches and our lands overall. So to opt for a biodegradable option that can decompose within 5 years rather than plastic pads and tampons that take 500 to 1,000 years to decompose, you really are doing the earth a huge service. And if you use something
Yeah,
like a cup, you know, that lasts you like years or
yeah,
something like that, then
exactly.
personal waste by 300 pounds. And that's like,
Yeah.
so.
Exactly, exactly. For me, I personally, I use a mix of tampons, period panties, and pads as well.
Mhm.
And for tampons, it would be the most actually healthiest, I think, the option is
Yeah,
to use organic cotton tampons because, it's also degradable, good for the environment, and then also good for, our body as well. And then same as pad and reusable panties. Reusable panties are just like it's just comfortable for like light flow or like lighter flow days or like overnight. And then pads, of course, is when it's heavy flow, when I need a lot more coverage and
back.
leaks, use pads as well. So is I think the alternative here is you try to customize, or how to say, find the best combination for yourself that
Exactly.
can be covers what you need to feel comfortable and also dry and also suits your needs, but also at the same time is good for the environment as well. And that's why for NannoPad we have been improving since day one. So we have like different versions since the first product we launched. And now we use biodegradable plastic, which is actually something that can be degraded within 1 to 3 years. And that within this research, we found it actually so super important to slowly improve, the versions of the product that we are having, and then create and provide more options for everybody,
Yeah.
right? So I know the Papayanme is beautiful. It's created to feature more products and better options for people who menstruate, right? So what kind of change it has brought to you personally, to your lifestyle and your mentality since you started to be mindful and involved with the mission?
You know, I think people think that being mindful or just sustainable options, it's a huge shift in your life. But for me, I found that like I have access to all the same things that I needed before, and some of them I even love better.
Yeah,
And just feels better knowing that what you're purchasing isn't harmful to you and it's not going to be harmful to the planet when you give it back.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I've always kind of been like conscious, but growing up in California and, you know, all the different stuff, it's really hard to get dragged into this high consumer society. But, you know,
yeah.
take that little mental switch and really think about where your stuff is coming from. Is it ethically sourced? Is it, do they test on animals? All this different stuff. I think you find comfort in yourself knowing that you're doing something positive.
Yeah, and then is there any tips or ways? I'm curious, since you brought this mindset and then this awareness into your life and your lifestyle. How do you tell your families or like people around you to to maybe integrate that into their lives as well? Do you find it difficult or do you find it satisfying if you like convert somebody or like educate someone?
I feel satisfied. I feel like I'm passionate about it, which is good. I just like always circle it around to the baby turtles, and I'm just kind of like, you're turtles. Think about
Yeah.
this. And people be really open to receiving it. I haven't spoken to a single person who's been like, yeah, no, I love my plastic tampons, or like
Yeah.
care what's in my tampon, or people care. And especially nowadays there's like this huge shift in the world about doing better things for the planet and healthier options. And I think it's really well received.
Yeah, it is. And then I'm also feel like we are so lucky that we are able to, bring what we are passionate about into our career, like Papaya and me, and same as Nannocare, NannoPad, we are just we're so focused on things like this, and we're doing research on things like this as well, no matter what, and then we are able to bring it into our career and then develop something um, for other people, other women or other menstruating individuals that wants to see more options as well. So I feel really grateful. And then I think that what you said is really right, is that people are really shifting from how they used to be, not caring so much
Yeah.
about the planet or the product they use, and everything, to now they're more open to talk about it. And so I think it's a great time, and so since what can be done as an individual, and then for the project you discovered in Costa Rica, and like about this turtle adoption, which I found really interesting
Yeah.
on your website. So tell us about how you discovered that, and then how does it feel like adopting a sea turtle?
So with the sea turtle adoption, it's a program that they do through Last, which is really awesome. Rather than just doing like a donation or something like that, you can give a certain amount that would cover the cost of specifically conserving each
Mm-hmm.
baby turtle. If you want to save an adult turtle, if you want to save a whole like nest or a whole hatchery, which is a ton of different nests in it, so you can donate an amount, and then that money goes specifically towards the conservation of that specific animal, which is really sweet. And then besides adopting a turtle, you can also just donate to the cause. Right now they are really needing lots of help because there's not many people that are willing to fly right now and assist with patrolling or hatchery shifts and all this different stuff. So volunteering is a huge one
Mm-hmm.
for the company. After today, necklaces are going to be going on sale, purchased by well, they're made by the locals on Costa Rica, and
Yeah.
so 100% of the profits is going to go right back to the organization. So you're helping people in the area by supporting doing, and then you're also supporting Last, and that
Mhm.
money goes back into them running their entire program.
That's great. That's so amazing. Later on we will, have a recap of today's conversation, and then I would love to, attach the link for, whoever in the audience that's interested in, knowing more or adopting one. And in the future, since we have talked about last, we have talked about this turtle adoptions. In the future, is there any future plan for you to do more in terms of whether or not it's saving sea turtles or other sustainability, program?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to try to do as much as I can for this organization specifically.
Mm-hmm.
More necklaces, once we really get the ball rolling with everything, I do want to donate part of the proceeds every single time, and have a little,
Mm-hmm.
like a turtle friendly box where part of the, you get your pads, your tampons, everything biodegradable for the environment, and then part of the proceeds of that purchase will also go back to the company. So that's my goal for right now. As far as sustainability goes, I still want to provide a variety of different kinds of products for all types of women. If you
Mm-hmm.
look, you still have a couple that have like plastic or these kinds of things. I think the shift doesn't have to be so drastic where you have to
Yeah.
eliminate from your life. If you're so comfortable with the tampon that has a plastic applicator, at least make sure that what's inside of it is good. Make sure you're disposing of it properly. And it's just about little things, little things that we can all make a difference, and you don't have to give up everything you love and that you're comfortable with.
Yes, yes, I totally agree with you. It is hard to have like a drastic change of the lifestyle, but at least we can try to contribute more by dividing the type of the ways that we have to create, and then or recosting, and that helps the recycling, company or recycling organization to actually help to divide them into different sections or departments, and then put them into better use for upcycle or recycle. Unfortunately, I am actually doing some research when I see that there are very little options for a lot of the disposable personal care products. That's also the reason why it is so important for company to integrate as much eco-friendly material into their product as possible. And we still have a little time, so I would like to, expand a little bit from our, from our questions. And so you as a consumer yourself, and you're a business owner, so you purchase products to be featured on your website, right? So what is the key points, or what are you looking for when you doing research for products that you want the features, or when you're looking at the shelves in a, let's say, grocery store? What kinds of key facts that you would be looking at that will make you interested and make you feel like it will be a great option for you to bring into your company and bring into your community, and the fellow members of everybody who needs it?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I look for diversity. I feel like everybody handles their period and their vagina 100% different. To have different options for everybody is really important. If I see something that like I don't really have yet, I'm like more inclined to focus on that. If there's eco-friendly sustainability kind of tied into it, that's another factor. And I also look for women-owned businesses or companies that give back to other, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Other women, or if they like good for the environment. I want to support companies rather than big conglomerates that are like really focused on like small batch and really supportive community. That's kind of my goal.
Totally. I totally agree. I feel like as a consumer myself as well, I feel like nowadays, rather than just buying for the product, just buying the product for what it does, and we would also care about the core value of the product, the team who developed the product, or the business and the company. And I feel very grateful that we are living in a time where people, they not only just cares about, if you're a big company and if you look professional, right? They actually care more about the connections between you, the core value that you share with your customers and consumers. And it's more of like as a product developer myself, I feel like I'm not just developing this one thing just on my own or just with my team. I feel like all of my customers and all of my partners, including Papaya and me, everybody will give their feedbacks and their opinions to us, and then we just work like kind of like a tech company, like a software company, where it's like if you, for example, if you have an iPhone, you're always upgrading your system, right? So in Nannocare, when we develop our product, we are always improving it as well. Essentially, it's our customers, they might not know that they're paying the same pricing for a product that's actually better and better and better. So if you look at the first version of NannoPad, like 2.5 years ago, it didn't have biodegradable plastic, and then now we integrated it, started 1.5 years ago. So we're just improving it and making it better and better. And it's just like Papayanme is, bringing into more and more products into, your website and your platform, and share with your community as well. So I think it's really, important that we are committing this kind of work, and then does it as a career, and then to share, and then, spread the resource and everything. So it's really fun of us today to do this conversation about sustainability, and then try to bridge the gap between sustainability and menstrual products. Is there anything else you want to share with everybody today before we say goodbye?
I mean, just stay tuned. I just put a ton of new orders for a lot of new products that we're onboarding, so there's going to be more of something for everybody. And I am so grateful to be here talking with you today too. Thank you so much for having me, and save the sea turtles. That's
yes. Yes, I would definitely love to, connect again, and then in the future we can, talk about more topics, maybe about women's health, and then menstrual health, and then also later on we will share this in IGTV and our YouTube channel, and for the recap, and we'll attach a link from Papaya and me, and also the last and the Sea Turtle project.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody in the room. We'll talk soon. Thank you, Kiana.